Hello everyone, hello my dear colleagues and dear professors. I'm Fang Zheyi from Fudan University in Shanghai, China. It's my great honor to share our research and have some discussions with all of you today. And the theme of our study is the global research activities and trends in antimicrobial resistance in human. It is a bibliometric analysis. And I will introduce our work from the four parts below to all of you today. And to begin with, it is known to us all that AMR will threaten the effectiveness, prevention, and treatment of an ever-increasing range of infections caused by bacteria, viruses, and so on. Thus, until today, even the issue has been put forward for over 30 years, it is still a very serious problem that we have no choice but to face it together. And during the long time we fighting AMR, numerous articles have been published. So our study aims to use past literature data and a multi-stage bibliometric analysis to clarify the global experience and trends, and then support the further implementation of the anti-AMR actions. In this study, we conduct a multi-stage bibliometric analysis. First of all, we retrieve articles from Web of Science database using searching strategies shown as below. And the time horizon of articles is from 1990 to the 2021. After that, we use the word multi-stage. That refers to we divided all the articles into three analysis periods, which was from the 1990 to the 2001, and the 2001 to the 2010, and the 2011 until now to conduct our analysis. We made these divisions according to the timeline of anti-AMR global actions based on some launch of the important strategies, WHA resolutions, and so on. I have shown this on my PowerPoint. And then we carried out this bibliometric analysis from three parts as follow. So part A was to describe the basic characteristic or the information of the literatures. We mainly focused on the chronological distributions of the publications and to show us the developments in AMR research recent years. And in the part B, we use a voice viewer software to extract keywords occurrence frequencies in all articles, and then to calculate the Ka ratio, which can help us to make comparison of the keywords occurrence frequency between phases. We also generate the keywords co-occurrence network, and then we can draw the conclusion of current research hotspots and the future study trends. And in the part C, we use SciSpace to conduct a main researchers analysis. And then there will be a network of the research cooperations between authors in different countries and different institutions. And then I will share some outcomes with you. For the first part, we have included a total of more than 21,000 articles into our study. And from the chronological distributions shown in the pictures below, we can see a rather high speed of increasing in the recent decades. And we can see that, right? And we use a compound annual growth rate of articles to describe its increasing speed or increasing rate. That this value in the third phase, it was 90.1. So with such a high rate of articles, we will be definitely interested in what does the current researchers mainly concerned about. So to find out the hotspot and the research trend in the field of AMR, we first analyze and make comparison of different keywords occurrence frequencies by the keyword ratio. Ka ratio, I have mentioned it before. We've got Escherichia coli, prevalence, epidemiology, and susceptibility as the five most frequently studied keywords. and the word Escherichia coli, prevalence, epidemiology, and the gene. And the gene was showed an increasing trend that they were studied in the three phases. And on the contrary, the word United States, streptococcus pneumonias therapy, penicillin has showed a decreasing trend. And the high keyword frequencies we show in this PowerPoint mainly show us some specific research hotspots. And then we do the keywords clusters analysis to show us some hotspots, hot topics, or themes recent years. This picture was a keywords co-occurrence network in the third study phase. We can clearly summarize some hot topic of the research, including the first one. It was the gene diversity of AMR in different media. We can see that words like genes and diversities and the media like poetry and food and so on. And the second was AMR still worship during nosocomial infections, and this was a hotspot since the year of 1990. And the third cluster, it was AMR epidemiology. We can see the words that here, epidemiology. And it is also the hot topic that since AMR issue have been proposed. And the third cluster, and it was not so obvious, but we can see that there was a word biofuel. It is important um, AMR generation mechanism this year, so we think it may be a hot topic of this year's too. So, and while from the current hotspots, we can draw some conclusion and make some discussions. As we see, the epidemiology of AMR have been a hotspot for a long time, and for one thing, we think the gradually and the flourishing of development of the surveillance systems all around the world has contribute a lot to the epidemiology studies. But for another, the actual coverage of AMR surveillance is still relatively low around the world. This picture was from the WHO's Glass System annual report. The location that colored in white is the regions that haven't joined in the studies. As we see, there is a gap actually exists. And the main researchers analysis will show us some picture of current co-authorship among countries, institutions, and writers. This picture depicts the total amount of articles and the centralities of different countries. We can see that USA and England are the two most influential countries. They have the highest number of publications and the centrality levels. On the contrary, the influence of developing countries is rather low. Even if China, we have the second high total number of articles, the centrality level is still very low, and the same as India. However, it is good to see that in these years, the cooperation between countries and institutions continue to increase. The international research cooperation networks, we can see that have shown us an ever-expanding trend. This trend is also an important part in the practicing of One Health perspectives. And then this chart have shown us some information of the main researchers in institutions. We can see that some countries' experience can bring us significant lessons. For example, the government or public sectors have played an important role in the anti-AMR actions, such as that the US CDCs and the UK Central Public Health Laboratories is important institutions. And by the way, we also have paid a little attention to the AMR studies in the non-human themes, such as environment and agriculture, etc. We can draw the conclusion that a multidisciplinary A multidisciplinary actions is also very essential. At last, due to the time limitation, I can only show you part of this study. And in general, our bibliologic research suggests that future research could continue to emphasize on the One Health perspective, making multidisciplinary, sector, and international collaborative efforts to fight against AMR. And the research also highlights the importance of study on the epidemiology and AMR mechanisms so that we can make innovative progression in the pharmaceutical development and the control of AMR. That's all for today. Thank you for your listening and hope to make further discussions with you. Thank you.